Hey there, everybody. Sorry for popping in unannounced. I know everyone is super, super busy, like most of you. I bet we're all back to work today, Tuesday, after a glorious Memorial Day weekend off. We all got to enjoy the holiday. Well, I know I enjoyed the holiday, got to spend a lot of great time with the family, things like that. Was also able to get a couple of YouTube videos put out, a couple product reviews, a tutorial, and stuff like that. So, all in, whoa. So, that was pretty cool in my opinion, man. I was able to get a lot of stuff accomplished. A lot of stuff accomplished. What's going on, Adam? Nice to see you. Figured I'd pop in here on my lunch break. I got a couple quick things I want to talk about with all of you guys here. So let me grab one of them here because I want to make sure I give the right the right information to you guys. All right. So, for instance, if there's what's up, Head Shake TV? What's going on, guys? If you're here, let me know. Galga guy, what's up, man? Hey, I haven't forgotten about you, my dude, with the Dick Tracy video. I promise you, I'm gonna get it out, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, man. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. What's up, Ando Gamer? How are you as well? I think that's the first time I've seen your name in my live chat. Are you new, my friend? Let me know. Ryan's here as well. How you doing, man? Okay, so a couple of things I want to talk about. For starters, what's the one thing that you're super excited about coming out later this year from these home arcade companies? Let us know in the live chat, guys. I'll tell you one thing that I'm super, super excited about. It's something that we covered a couple months ago when the information first came out. Let's say back around February, guys, back around, let's say something called National Owners Day, if you guys recall, at Games. What's up, Joker? What's up, William? Good to see you as always, my friend. So if you guys remember at Games, National Owners Day in February, they said, hey man, we're gonna have these new oh, by the way, check out my t-shirt, guys. Look at that. What's that say? How- WO, the arcade world order. I actually got this from I got this t-shirt last year. I think I only wore it once and I found it in my closet. The arcade world order. That's right, Michael. 4K pinball and 4K arcade machines. So one of the most interesting concepts and interesting things, at least in my opinion, because you guys know I love my multicades, is the fact that AtGames is going to be releasing these 4K products, right? So they're going to have 4K screens, they're going to have better hardware, better user interfaces, things like that. The pinball machine we know is going to have a 24-inch back glass versus what is that? The standard one was only what, a 15. I mean, I have a 24-inch now. I got the buy stuff back box there. So if you guys are want to guess what that 4K pinball machine is going to be, it's going to look pretty much like that. And then, of course, the body of the cabinet is going to be fatter, bigger as well, look a little bit more like a pinball machine cabinet versus, let's just say, a shopping cart, right? Because the At Games pinball machine, despite the fact that it's of good size, it's still kind of narrow, especially in the body, right? Especially in the body. Well, if you guys remember back in February when we were talking about the National Owners Day stuff, a lot of the information that was released by At Games said, hey, when we get to our summer event is when pre-orders might go live, more information, maybe we'll see the products. And if you pre-order during the summer event, you might get the products later in the year. So At Games has been relatively quiet since then. So I took the liberty of messaging them yesterday. I messaged them. I said, hey, just out of curiosity, when will the summer event be? Is it Labor Day weekend? Because if you guys recall, they were doing two National Owners Day. They were doing one in February and they were doing another one in September. So I'm like, oh man, are we going to have to wait till September to get our pre-orders in for these 4K products and see what they look like, as well as that handheld? Remember, they got a handheld coming out, stuff like that. Well, anyway, so they responded to me and they said their National Owners Day summer event, guys, if you got your pens ready, June 29th through July 4th. So it's going to be during July 4th holiday weekend. So June 29th through July 4th. Now, what that tells me then is possibly if this is May 30th and June is only a couple days away, guys, that means we are 1 month away from checking out what these products are all about and coming soon later on to be released this year. So, me personally, I'm pretty excited about it because now instead of waiting 3 months, like I thought we would have to wait until Labor Day, it sounds like we'll be able to get some more information, photos, videos, and hopefully they'll be doing the pre-orders as well so we can get our hands on some of these 4K products, or if we're interested in them, right? As well as the prices and all that kinds of stuff. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the live chat. What do you guys think about the 4K products? Are you guys interested, excited to hear more news? Probably in a month is when we're going to get the news. Definitely would appreciate your feedback on that particular topic. Also, there's something else I want to talk about, which might be a little bit of a sensitive and sore subject for some, because I know I'm sensitive to it myself. So for starters, um, I've been a little bit out of the loop. I've been living in my own universe. Let me digress real quick. First off, big thanks and a shout out to the community members. My son was in a 3-car pileup on the expressway here in Arizona, and looks like his car is totaled. And despite the damage to the vehicle, he walked away with a pretty bad arm injury and wrist injury, because he was driving, he was holding the wheel with one hand. You know how you kind of kick back and you got the one hand up on the wheel. And when he did that, the force of the impact plus the seatbelt, he got severe whiplash. He literally couldn't move his arm for a couple of days. We really thought that he broke his collarbone. We kept taking him back. Like, we had taken him to the urgent care immediately after the accident, and they did x-rays and stuff, and they're like, no, collarbone's okay, shoulder's okay, there's no break, fracture, nothing. I was like, okay, maybe they missed it, because a few days later he still like couldn't really move his arm. He was in so much pain. Anyway, finally, took him back a couple times. They did more x-ray scans, what I forget what they're called, and they got in there deep, because I'm like, maybe they missed it, and they didn't miss it. He definitely doesn't have any kind of fracture or break. He's just got some severe bruising inside and out from the whiplash of this accident. Well, anyway, so because of this whole accident, dealing with the claim, and of course, you can imagine when you're younger, imagine you're in your early 20s, you get into a pretty severe car accident. You guys ever see Days of Thunder? You guys remember Tom Cruise, Cole Trickle? You guys remember when he got into that accident and then he was kind of afraid to get behind the wheel again? And I think they actually spoofed that a bit in um, the Will Ferrell racy movie. What was the Will Talladega Nights, right? They spoofed that a bit. But, so he's been afraid to drive and things like that, trying to get his confidence back up because he's got to go to college, he's got to go to work, he needs to be behind the wheel. Anyway, so he was able to today. He left a couple hours ago, went off to college, so he's at the university now here in Arizona at school. But he was been nervous Nelly. You can imagine it's like a little traumatic. Anyway, the point is, many people reached out to me either directly or they left me comments with their support. So I just want to say thanks, guys. That was really nice of all of you. I'm a nobody, and for you guys to like reach out or leave comments on videos and my community post with your support tells me that we're all family, man, and that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Okay. And the reason I digressed is, so because I've been dealing with all that, I haven't really been paying attention to every little thing that's been happening in this home arcade space. However, I've gotten myself caught up on the latest news about iArcade, and that's the second thing I wanted to talk about. First thing I wanted to talk about was good news from AtGames. It sounds like in the next month we're going to be hearing some more information about their new products and thing. Bobby, I have mailed you a sticker twice, dude. I've mailed you a sticker twice, so I honestly feel like you're teasing me that you haven't received one. But if you really truly haven't received one and you're not teasing me, my dude, just send me another email with your address and I'll put another one in an envelope for you. But I've mailed them twice, man. No BS. So hopefully you get them. Anyway, so I finally got caught up on the iArcade news, and I wanted to talk about it because good news from Mac Games. We'll get some good news hopefully later this month. Bad news from iArcade. What the hell is going on with iArcade? So I myself was a Kickstarter backer, and I've been following the company, and I've been happy to cover the products. Let's see here. How can we make a long story short? What interested me the most about iArcade is the fact that it's a company that was developing a, build it yourself or bring your own game Geez, that's an AtGames phrase. Hold on, let me try it. A la carte. That's it. Have an arcade machine a la carte. It's kind of like, the Polymega, which is a machine that's like thousands of dollars, right? Thousands of dollars to get your hands on a Polymega arcade machine. But what's the point of that machine? You purchase, download, play more games, right? Or you can access internet services, play your Steam library, things like that. So, what I was really hoping for the arcade was that they would be a more cost effective solution a la the Polycade. And to me, they were more in competition with AtGames, with the whole purchase and download games and play them than they were with Arcade One Up. Although a lot of people like to do the iArcade versus Arcade One Up thing, to me, iArcade was more competing with AtGames, Polycade, DIY multicades, things like that. However, they sent me a couple cabinets for review. However, I've also purchased cabinets and I've purchased a couple hundred games. So I have just as much invested in the iArcade as the next person. I was a Kickstarter backer, etc. So for me, I don't know about you guys. I wasn't very happy after I caught up on the latest news for my arcade. It seems like a lot of things have happened within the last 2 months that makes you worry that that company is officially done out of business. And it's quite shocking and also quite disappointing and sad to see as well, because if there's one thing we want in this space is we want there to be competition. We want there to be more products, more companies, because what does that do? Makes all the other companies try to innovate, get better, and deliver greater and better solutions to us as the consumers. The consumers win if there's competition. And if somebody out there goes out of business and there's less competition, well, to me, that means there's less innovation. The other company's got nothing to worry about. Let's just brush that off our shoulders and let's keep doing our own thing, right? So, you know, so here we are. And in the last couple of months, let's go down the list here. So, in the last couple of months, iArcade had to lay off some staff, severely slowed down game releases, stopped producing arcade cabinets, have pretty much closed up the warehouse. They cleaned out the warehouse, did a bunch of closeout sales. They also, whatchamacallit, they also have cleaned out the office. They had machines in the office. They also said, "Hey guys, we have machines in the office. We're going to sell these real cheap." And they did that a couple weeks ago as well. And now the office is gone. They've said they're not building any more hardware, things like that. Now, keep in mind, this was all coming out piece by piece by piece. So when one thing happens and the rumors started, like a couple months ago, the rumors started that they were going out of business. And of course, a lot of us were like, well, only this X thing happened. There's probably an explanation for it. Maybe they're not going out of business. Maybe something else is going on. But after thing after thing after thing after thing after thing in the last 2 months, I don't think I can sit here and tell you guys that I am confident that the iArcade is going to continue. As it stands today, they are not releasing any more hardware products. They've given us an explanation that they're doing software, that something's coming that's software related. And the way I pieced it together when I was trying to catch up on everything over the last couple of days is okay, if you're going to become a software company and release something software related that's retro gaming, I automatically think of things like Antstream and stuff like that. Antstream, PiePacker, you know what I mean? And it seems to me, and keep in mind, guys, this is my assumption, is that that's like an online service. Like that's where my assumptions were. Like maybe that's what they're doing. Because if you think about it, if you become a software company, do you really need an office? Do you need as many employees? Do you need a warehouse? Everyone can work from home and you could do everything virtually online. Your product is virtually online. You know what I mean? So for me, I was like, okay, well, maybe that's the explanation. But then we find out some other more distressing information that has been coming out and being released, such as the fact that they're behind on taxes by like a couple of years. I guess they haven't paid their taxes or something of that nature, and they're in like severe debt. We're missing funding and things of that information. It makes me really, really worry as a consumer that this company is actually done. Now, I got a little nosy. Now that if you start doing this stuff, in my opinion, we're probably taking this hobby a little bit too seriously. But I was really curious. And I did, if you Google the address of the home office of the iArcade, it does show on commercial real estate websites that the owner of the building did put the property up for sale around May 18th, May 19th, so about 10, 11 days ago. So if the owner of the property where they were leasing an office puts a building up for sale, and it's true, it's you can look it up online, just Google their home office. It says the property's up for sale as of May 18th. Well, you can tell that iArcade is telling the truth about what happened about the whole, "Oh, hey, they're selling the building and we all gotta move out." I'm assuming every tenant got a 30-day notice, could be 60, 90, who knows? We don't know these things, right? But it is true that, they're selling the office and the office is closing, but there's all this other stuff going on as well. And one of the reasons why I'm talking about this, guys, is I'm really hoping and I really feel that the next time iArcade does a stream or does something publicly, they really need to just rip the band-aid off and let us know what is happening. Like, if you're done, just say you're done. Rip off the band-aid. We could all move on with our lives. My suggestion would be if anyone owns any games in your iArcade app on your phone and you haven't installed them on your system, I would go ahead and install them on your system. Even if you hate the game. Like, guys, I got a couple games on here that I purchased and download that I really absolutely hated, and I think they're garbage. But, I paid for them, right? So I'm gonna probably download everything that I haven't downloaded yet onto the machine because the cool thing is, well, not the cool thing, but the silver lining is if this company is actually going out of business, anything you've owned, you're gonna be able to keep. But my suggestion would be don't leave it sitting in your phone app. Go ahead and get it downloaded onto your machine. That way you have it. You paid for it, you might as well do it, even if you don't ever plan on playing those games ever again. But so, in my opinion, guys, I think I'm concerned, and I'm letting you guys know I'm concerned because I'm a backer of iArcade. I care about the iArcade. I think it's a great product. I thought it was a great idea. We've talked about this a million times on my channel. I would love to have like this Switch arcade that's cheaper or Steam arcade that's cheaper where you could just purchase and download stuff and the system has enough power to run them. And we could do many videos about reasons they haven't done as well as they had hoped they do. You could do your 10 reasons why, 5 reasons why the arcade hasn't been successful. You could do anything from the games that are there, the marketing. Like, you could nitpick and find failures and everything. But the point is I'm letting you guys know that I'm concerned. And I'm hoping that this kind of conversation will also put pressure on iArcade to let the community know what the hell is going on. you know, I think it's the time for being vague and stuff like that has gone by. The time to be secretive has gone by. I understand sometimes legally and contractually there's things you can't talk about, but if you're honestly shutting down, I think iArcade should tell people they're shutting down. If you're not shutting down, say, "Hey, we are completely closing the hardware section of this company, but we are doing this," and at least tell us what it is. Let us know what it is. That way, because I gotta tell you, man, you guys know I like Jong. Super nice guy. He's always been nice to me, the CEO of iArcade. After rewatching yesterday the stream that he did, where he, came on last week and was talking and answering questions, that did not provide me any kind of confidence. He, like, didn't really exude anything for me to be hopeful or happy about. Does that make sense? Like, he didn't really, like, "Okay, this is happening, but guess what? Silver lining, these good things are happening." Like, guys, I didn't see the good things. I really didn't. So I know this is a tough conversation for a lot of people to have. There's a lot of people who love the iArcade and would probably be upset if, company went out of business. And there's a lot of people who hate the iArcade and would probably celebrate its demise. And, I'm not going to tell anyone else what to think or what to do or how to feel or stuff like that. I'm just doing this to tell you guys how I feel. As it stands right now, I am very, very concerned as to the status of that company. And I am not feeling very confident about their future. And my suggestion to iArcade is to address what is going on and just rip the band aid off and tell us what is going on with this company. Because if you look at everything that has happened in the last 60 days, it is not looking good. It does not paint a pretty picture. And the last thing I want to see is less competition in this space, because less competition will lead to less innovation, less companies competing against each other to deliver the best possible product with the best possible features at the best possible price. It'll make some of the existing companies in this space stay lazy. And that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about the most. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to hop on real quick on my lunch here. I'll probably change the title of this video, um, and let you guys know what I was thinking, man. I am very concerned. I'm happy about what AtGames has got coming out. I'm interested in what Arcade One Up is doing, but I don't have a lot of faith there right now, with some of the things that have happened over on that side of the fence. Although I'll tell you what, though, I do like that Killer Instinct cabinet. That's a great cabinet. But iArcade, I am very, very concerned about. I think in a couple of months, they might not be around anymore unless they come clean and tell us exactly what is going on. I think the community deserves it. But I want to know your reactions after this video is over. Make sure you give me the comments in the video description below. Let me know what you guys are thinking about what's going on. Am I off my rocker? Should I not jump off the bridge? Is this company still got a future and I'm just panicking for the sake of panicking? Or do you agree with me that this company is in some serious, serious trouble? Do me a favor, guys. Leave me that feedback after the video's over. If you enjoyed this quick lunchtime live, give me a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.